Hey everybody, my name is Marie and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my March favorites and hated. March was kind of a semi-busy month. My younger brother and I went to go see Panic at the Disco at WAMU Theater a couple weeks ago. We had a super fun time and it was just high energy, and Brendan Urie was actually sick during our concert, but he still sounded amazing and the concert was still absolutely amazing. And then we went to the Zach Scott testimonial match at the beginning of the month, and it was kind of this bittersweet moment in a way to have all these previous Sounders players, whether they were from MLS or the USL League. And it was super fun. There wasn't a whole lot of people there. I mean, like, there was a lot of people, but not like, how many people usually go to regular Sounders matches. And yeah, it was just getting to see Casey Keller play again was awesome, and seeing Zach Scott play again was awesome. And I think, yeah, and just a whole bunch of other players. And it was really fun, actually. And it was just high energy, and even though it was kind of this bittersweet moment, it was just really epic in a way. And yeah. Now, favorites videos are very common with beauty vloggers here on YouTube. And I kind of wanted to do something a little different than everyone else. I'm still going to share with you my monthly favorite beauty products and everything, but I also want to share some non-beauty things, like a TV show that I've been obsessed with, or books, or, fashion accessories, or things like that, because I feel like there are more to the things that we do on a monthly basis that is more than just beauty. I try and buy a new book or read a new book every month. Shows come and go and you get hooked on different things. We buy things that we just think are fabulous and we want to share with the world. And I just feel like I want to share more things than just beauty with you guys, is the basic gist of it. So I have a few beauty products that I loved this month, a few that I hated, and then a few other things to share with you guys. So let's jump on into it. So my first favorite of the month is this Formula 10.0.6 Deep Down Detox Ultra Cleansing Mud Mask. I fell in love with this mask after about the third time I used it. The first couple times I used it, I didn't necessarily like it because I felt like it made my skin feel a little weird while the mask was on. But it's a great mask. Like, it says on it that this super cleansing detox mask cleanses impurities for a cleaner, brighter complexion. The energy of orange recharges while sea salt cleanses, and bergamot balances your face. Will notice the difference. And I feel like after I use this and after I wash it off, my skin looks so much healthier. It looks so much brighter. It doesn't look as dull as sometimes my skin does look. And I've like I said, fallen in love with this mask. I use it 2 to 3 times a week. And yeah, it's really inexpensive too. I got this at Target. And I think it's great, especially if your skin needs a little bit more life put into it and you just kind of want that more brighter complexion. So my next favorite for the month is the MegaLast Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick from Wet n Wild. I only have this shade, which is Missy and Fierce, but I am planning on buying more. I have to drive an hour to get anything that's from Wet n Wild or order it online, because none of the stores where I live carry Wet n Wild, or if they do, it's a very tiny amount. But it's a very beautiful liquid lipstick. It dries down completely matte. It doesn't really pill or rub off or anything like that. I wore this, the first time I wore this, I wore it for a 10-hour period of time, and I only had to reapply it once, and that was because I had eaten. But the color lasts all day. It still looks very vibrant by the end of the day. This is a swatch of it here. It is a bit streaky, but when you add another layer of product, it doesn't wipe away the first layer like some liquid lipsticks do. And it definitely gives you that bold red lip, and it will last all day, unlike, you know, regular red lipsticks where you have to reapply and reapply and reapply and reapply. But this, you only have to pretty well apply once and maybe touch it up a couple times throughout the day. And it's inexpensive too, so I just think it's an overall great liquid lipstick, especially since it is so inexpensive as well. And yeah, they're just beautiful, and I do definitely want to try more shades because I've fallen in love with the formula and how it wears and everything like that. So my next favorite is MAC Fix Plus. I bought this specifically for my Kylighter review, and I'd never used it before. I'd heard so many people talking about it and so many YouTubers talking about it, and I always kind of thought, why are they making such a big deal out of a setting spray basically? But then I got it and I was like, oh my god, I understand what the hype was about. When using shimmer shades and you spritz a bit of this on and then apply it to your lids, it makes the shimmer shades, or any pigment in general, just pop and look more vibrant. And it makes your makeup look beautiful when you use it as a full-on setting spray. And it definitely refreshes the face too, and it smells great. It doesn't have a gross smell at all. And I just have the travel size, and the travel size is $12 and the full size is like $24 or something like that. But I've been using this practically every day, and I've barely made a dent in this. And I just think it's so worth the hype. It is worth the money, and I think if you haven't tried it yet, I think it's definitely worth a try. Especially if you're someone who wears makeup all the time and you have some shades that don't look super vibrant on the lid and you can never figure out how to make it look that vibrant, you definitely need this. So my next favorite is the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. I literally broke this right before I started filming, but I use the shade 001 in Transparent. This is a great setting powder. I've actually been using this more than I've been using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. It doesn't make the skin look cakey when you set it with a setting spray. It helps make your foundation last and be set and everything. And it's a great powder, especially since it is very inexpensive. And I've been using it every time I wear makeup, basically. And it makes the skin look so beautiful, and yeah. And it also helps control any shine, so if you do have oily skin, this is also a great setting powder. So my next favorite is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I completely fell in love with this palette the first time I used it. And I think it is definitely worth the hype. It is definitely worth all the fuss. The shades are absolutely beautiful. The range of colors is beautiful. I actually haven't tried the dual-sided brush, but I've heard that it actually works. It's a really nice brush, but I haven't personally used it yet. You can create so many different looks with this. You could create a bold smoky eye. You can create just kind of a natural everyday look. I think this is a great palette for prom and special occasions. And the shadows are really pigmented and they're really buttery and they're so easy to blend. And it's definitely worth the money, and it's definitely worth the hype. And the one thing I love about this palette is the packaging. The entire outer part of the palette is velvet, and I didn't know that when I purchased it. And when I opened it from the box for the first time, I was like, oh my god, it's velvet. And I just think the velvet adds this kind of more softer, beautiful tone just to the overall packaging itself. And I think if you're a makeup lover and you are always trying products and you love eyeshadow palettes and you just, you know, you're one of those people who's always buying new makeup and things like that, I think this is a palette that you should definitely buy. Like I said, it's worth the hype, it's worth the money, it's an absolutely stunning palette, and it has actually become my favorite palette, I think. My favorite before I bought this one was the Makeup Geek Mani MUA palette. I just thought that one was beautiful and I loved the colors, and I I wore it pretty well every time I wore makeup for so long since I got it basically. But since I got this one, I have been wearing this every time I wear makeup. Next favorite is this backpack purse actually. I bought this specifically for the Panic at the Disco concert that my brother and I went to a couple weeks ago. Because in the past when I've gone to concerts, I would usually bring like a tiny purse. But then when you buy t-shirts, it's always kind of annoying because then you have to hold the t-shirt the entire time because they don't really fit into the purse, especially, you know, when I go, because I always go with my brother, so then I have 2 t-shirts I have to carry and everything like that. But I bought this specifically for that reason, and it's a beautiful bag. I love the detailing on the front, and it has a lot of space on the inside actually. It has a lot of space and a lot of different compartments, so you can be super organized, and you know, wearing it, it's really comfortable. The straps don't dig into your skin or anything like that or feel uncomfortable. And even having, you know, all of my, you know, my keys, my wallet, my phone, and a bunch of other stuff, and then 2 t-shirts, it was still really comfortable. It didn't make my back hurt or anything like that, and I just think it's a beautiful bag. I got it off of Amazon for, I think it was $20, like $19.95 or something like that. But it's beautiful. I'd never actually had a backpack purse before, but I think this bag would be great for traveling, great for going to an amusement park, or just, you know, everyday use. It's overall a beautiful bag, especially. So a TV show that I've been really obsessed with this month especially is this, well, to start off, I am very into K-pop and Korean dramas and Korean culture in general. My biggest guilty pleasure is Korean dramas, and that's pretty well the main TV that I watch. I don't watch a whole lot of, you know, regular shows. I have a couple that I do watch, but it's mainly like trashy reality TV. But a couple weeks ago, I started watching this show called Strong Woman Dubong Soon, and oh my god, after about 2 episodes, I was completely hooked. It is super funny. The characters are great. The storyline is great. And it's a great show. The main female character is hilarious. Her character is hilarious. The way the actor plays this role is just outstanding. And personally, I think the main male character is extremely attractive. So there's that too. A book that I've been reading all month is The Girl with 7 Names. I had seen her TED Talk a while ago and was just so intrigued and inspired by her story, and I was like, I gotta read her book. And I finally bought it at Barnes & Noble a couple weeks ago, and I've always done a lot of research about North Korea, and the stories that come from refugees have always been so touching to me. And you know, the first book that I ever read written by a North Korean refugee just made me want to get involved and help these people. And I just think, you know, these people, they deserve to be loved. They deserve to be treated like human beings. They deserve to be free and have freedom in their lives. And every time I read a book written by a refugee or see a video about somebody's story, I immediately start to cry, because I just, you know, it is so hard to imagine what these people go through. And I think because we live in a free country, we sometimes forget that there are people out there who do suffer immensely. So I have 2 hate its this month. The first one is this Mary Kay Creme eye color. This is the shade Violet Storm. It's just kind of blah. The color isn't that great. Let me swatch it. It's super patchy. Even put on top of a concealer on the lid, it doesn't look that great. Wetting it with MAC Fix Plus, it doesn't look that great. and I've seen on Influencer all these people saying, oh, it's so great, it's so beautiful, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, really? Because I don't like it at all. But if it works for you, that's great. The next product, and my last product for this video, is the Kylighter. I did a review on this at the beginning of the month or a couple weeks ago, and it's chalky, it doesn't look very pigmented, and it doesn't show up on the skin very well, and I just felt like I wasted $22. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Every product that I listed, whether I loved it or hated it, will be listed in the description box down below. Please don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and give this video a thumbs up. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.